So one morning, he called, the phone rang, bring. I said, hello? He said, hey man, why do you do that? And I said, do what, man? He said, why do you answer the phone like that? I said, man, cause I'm asleep. He said, hey man, are you where you want to be in life? I said, no man, I got laid off. He said, why do you answer the phone like that? I said, man, I'm just not a morning person. He said, you're not a morning person. He says, the greatest part of the day. He said, you should get up every morning and thank God Almighty that he woke you up this morning and you got the nerve to lay there and be grumpy. He said, man, I thought you were better than that. And he hung that phone up. Boy, let me tell you something. That bothered me all day long because I don't like no man thinking I ain't nothing. It just bugs me to think that there's a man that thinks less of me. So the next morning at 4:30, I'm sitting up on the edge of my bed. I'm waiting on this. You call me, I swear to God, if you call me at 5 o'clock, that phone rang. Bring. I said, hello, who's this? He says, John Walker. I said, it's Steve Harvey, man. I'm having a great day, man. This is the best day of my life, man. He said, that a boy, Steve, have a great day. I said, you make yours a great day. Click and hung up. Every morning he called me at 5 o'clock for 30 days in a row after that, and I didn't give a damn. Every time he called me, I was Captain Happy. I did not know, but God was preparing me for something. That was happening when I was 21. 20 years ago, after I had been waking up bubbly, God gave me the biggest radio show in the United States. I have the #1 adult contemporary radio show. I talk to 9 million people, and you know what I do? I wake them up in the morning. I'm the morning drive man because when I was 21, a guy taught me that mornings are the best time of the day.
Laying in bed and doing nothing is never going to be the best option. The best option is still to go to the gym, to work hard, to run your business, to be successful. So it doesn't matter. We're talking about the different positions on the chessboard. But if the rules of the game remain the same, regardless of the position you're still trying to win, you still have to do the same things. So does it even matter at this point? If you come along and say he's depressed because of X and he's depressed because of Y and he's depressed because of Z, and the answer to all of them is still the same thing, then I don't give a fuck why you're depressed. Yeah, well, what I'm saying is you're playing a game and it's a competitive game and you need to build a mindset that allows you to be ultra competitive. And if you want to sit there and say, no, I want a non-competitive mindset, then fine. You know what you call people who do not win competitions? Losers. Correct.
Lift the weights, sprint the hill, work on the project, get out of bed.
I woke up, I just wasn't on the right side of the bed. Went downstairs and started doing my meditation. I pull out a list of everything I'm grateful for. By the time I got to the 13th thing, I thank God for 75 things every morning. By the time I got to 13, I was fine. Because guess what? I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm healthy. I'm finna go do a job, I tell jokes. They finna pay me. Lord, they finna pay me. My grandkids is healthy, my children is healthy. They ain't calling me asking me for nothing. They did at 10, but at 8, they didn't want nothing. I just started feeling, that's how you do it.
It's easy to give up. You know,
Hell
it's
yeah.
easy. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm done. I ain't going.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna keep going.
Yeah,
I don't feel like going to work. I'm done.
Yeah, man.
It's easy. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yo, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm gonna do the same thing again today, but I'm gonna try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. To get up every day and give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind.
You're gonna wake up and just eat a bunch of food. You haven't had to do any work. You haven't had to hunt for that food, kill that food. You haven't made any money. You've done nothing of conquest. Nothing conquest orientated since you've woken up, and you're just gonna sit there and stuff your face. I think it's undeserved. I think when people wake up and the first thing they do is put food in their mouths, I think it's a bad mental model to approach the day with. I think you should wake up and you should stay hungry. You should stay hungry for a long time. Why not? We ain't gonna die. You can go weeks without food. You should wake up and you should stay hungry for hours and hours and hours.
Let the dream destroy you. Let it strip you. Let it remake and mold you. Don't be afraid. Some of you are afraid. Listen to me. Wherever you from, if that's where you from, if you leave, you can always come back. I promise you. I promise you, when you come back, you can get right back in the conversation. Ain't nothing gonna change. I promise you, whatever world you're from, if you go to other worlds, you can always go back to that world.
Albert Einstein had a quote. He said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. So whatever is in your imagination, God places the life he has for you in your imagination. Because your imagination is God showing you a preview of a coming attraction he has for you.
Real message is we all started from no. I mean, we all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. But through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body. You build a stronger mind. You build accomplishments and will and momentum. And then you look back and you go, hey man, I'm not washing tables anymore. You know, I'm not washing dishes. I'm not cutting lawns. I'm not digging ditches.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a different person now. But I used to be.
And these desire not to be that, but not to stay in that. That's what.
That's the hardest part, right? Is to get out of that rut. When you ain't got shit and there's nothing going on, to have faith then is so difficult. To have faith when you're successful, it's like, yeah. Listen, bitch, you've been successful for a while. Of course you got faith. Just keep doing what you're doing.
That's easy.
It's like
absolutely right.
It's like you already got up the hill. Now you're just coasting.
Yeah.
You know, you're just rolling down the hill. Everything's great.
That's the easy
part. It's all
part.
smooth sailing.
Yep.
The hard part is getting up that fucking hill. When especially if you got a dad you're hiding from. Especially if you feel like you're a loser. Or you never really had anything in your life that you could look back on and say, hey, I was really good at that. You know, and there's a lot of people out there listening to this. There's so many people that are in that starting point. Like the people that come up to you and say, I don't know what to do. What should I do? How do I do it?
Yeah.
How do I get going? Well, you're going to have to figure it out, one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
You're going to have to find a thing and keep working at it and get better at it.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Some of you were soft, but you were born in the dark, and now you're soft. Every time you come up to a challenge, you quit, you surrender, you give up, you give in. Every single thing I go through, I remember I was homeless, and I draw from it. Every single time I'm going through pain, I remember that I've gone through pain since I was a kid. I draw from it. Recycle your pain. Get something from it. You're already in pain. Use it. Do something with it. Allow it to take you to the next level. Allow your pain to push you to greatness. I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you to be the best you could be.